one of the biggest conversations that have been going around in the Power Ranger community have been recently the Power Ranger costumes, but I'll get to that in a bit. One of the big major first things was the cast. I looked at the cast when, they were slowly releasing the people that were playing these characters slowly, one by one. And I think the first one that we got was who was going to be playing Kimberly. And let me look this up for a second so I can have all these things in front of me. I should have done that to begin with. Okay, here we go. Naomi Scott is playing Kimberly Hart, the Pink Ranger. And she looks the part. I believe when everybody heard that announcement, everybody was really excited. Nobody disagreed with the casting. Everybody liked it. She looks like a Kimberly. I mean, what else do you want? Then you have I don't know how to pronounce this guy's name. Decree Montgomery. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. He's playing Jason, the Red Ranger. And when I think of Jason, I think of somebody bulky. Somebody who's got muscle. When I saw this guy, he looks rather lean and thin. I'm pretty sure he definitely probably has muscle under there, but if you look back on the original show, Jason was pretty built, and that's who I think of as a Red Ranger for the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So when I heard this casting, I got a little confused and a little worried. But overall, can I see him be a Red Ranger? Yeah, I could see it. He doesn't look too bad. And to begin with all these actors that are being cast, they don't have a lot of credentials under them. So this is going to be most likely their biggest feature that they're going to be in. And all right, let's keep going. We got Ludi. I hope I'm pronouncing this guy's name right. Luddy or Ludi Lin, as Zach Taylor, the Black Ranger. Now, a lot of people. Now, this is where the biggest confusions. Kimberly and Jason, those castings looked correct for the most part. Now, this is where we get into a little bit of a confusion with the community and the Power Rangers community and why they're doing certain castings like this. Because the guy's Asian, and he's playing Zach, who was an African American character on Power Rangers. And his name is still Zach. They're not even calling him Adam, because Adam was Asian. So, it's weird that they're going this route, that they're not even changing names to, fit with the race that they have. Obviously you could go up to, I'm pretty sure there are a bunch of Asians out there that are named Zach. It'd be probably not often, but I'm pretty sure there's one Asian out there that's named Zach. Just saying. So, it's just a little odd to see that they're not even changing nothing. They're not even trying to get the race right or nothing like that. And I'm not trying to stand here or sit here and say, the race needs to be correct. I'm not that person that goes around like whitewashing. This is bullshit. That's not me. I could care less about what race they're playing. I just, it needs to fit the character. And I have no problem with this casting. He looks fit. He looks great. He looks like he can act. I haven't seen him do anything, but can I see him as a Power Ranger? Yes, I definitely can. I see him more as Adam though. Like when I watch the movie, I'm gonna be looking like, yeah, that's in the movies he's portraying Zach, but I see Adam. Like it's not gonna leave my mind. That looks like Adam, but whatever. I'll live with that. I have no problem with it. I'm not gonna stress about it. Then we had that. This is where it gets really weird. Like you thought that was weird. This is where it gets really weird. Let's go with the Blue Ranger. You got Billy, who's being played by R.J. Seiler, an African American actor. Now this, like I said, has nothing to do with race. I just thought it was odd casting. Because when you go into Power Rangers, you think of the main five. You think of Jason, Zach, Billy, Trini, and Kimberly. When you think of Billy specifically, you think of a nerd. And you think of because of the show, you think of a white nerd. I'm not trying to be racist here. I'm sorry if it looks like that. It's just weird. And they're casting an African American. Like they literally swapped a lot of races in this casting. And if you look at R.J. Seiler, if you probably met him in real life, you wouldn't think he's a nerd or like a big geek or science whiz and whatnot. in real life, and that's who he's portraying as. And I can't wait to see how that works out, because that's the biggest thing about movies. You take who you are and you have to switch yourself into a different mindset for a character you're going to play. And that's the best part about filmmaking. And so I can't necessarily wait to see how he's going to pull this off. It's going to be interesting. I have no problem with the casting. I like how they're changing things up, because let me clear the air about this. A lot of people are having issues with the fact that they're changing a lot of things in this movie. But let me make something clear. A long time ago, way before a lot of this stuff was even being announced, they specifically said that this was a reboot, but more or less also a reimagination of the Power Rangers. Things are going to be different. That's exactly what they said in their announcement. Things are going to be different. A reimagination. Reimagining what things could play out if this was different, which it's going to be. And I was prepared for that. I was specifically prepared for things to change. I wasn't expecting things to be the same. If you honestly had that mindset that things were going to stay the same, get out of that mindset. Every time you hear a movie being remade or rebooted, take that mindset out, because that is not what's going to happen. Things are going to change. If you can't accept that, then you are that person that can't accept change, that doesn't want things being moved around in their life to be different. You have to accept different. You have to accept change in order to progress. And if there's no progression, you're not getting anywhere. Now, I understand that people, because they love Power Rangers so much, and I do too. I love Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. I wouldn't have this channel if it was for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And I would have liked to see, the casting look a little bit more original to the original. But being the fact that, they're switching things up, I have no problem with it. I was expecting that. It gets different when now, if they change the names of the characters, if Jason is now David, or Billy is now freaking, I don't know, Jacob or something like that. It's different. It's weird. At that point, that's real change. This is slight change. Race is being changed a little bit, but you have to accept it. This is a movie that's being reimagined as a Power Rangers movie. They never said everything was going to be the same. Things are going to be the same. Clearly, it's going to stay the same. Some things have to stay the same, but things are going to change. I can't express that enough. Things are going to change. Now, let me continue with this casting and my thoughts about it. So yeah, you have RJ Cyler. It's interesting. I can't wait to see where they go with him. It's going to be weird. It's going to be different. I hope I love it. This is the biggest one. All right, you have the actress Becky G. Apparently, she's a singer. I've never listened to her music. I'm not going to. I mean, maybe I will if I come across it, or if I just get bored and look it up, but whatever. She's going to be playing Trini the Yellow Ranger. Now, this is weird, because with names, like I said, I'm pretty sure out there's an Asian guy named Zach. I'm pretty sure out there's a black guy named Billy. You don't know. But with Trini, Becky G is Hispanic. You can see it in her eyes. That is a Hispanic woman. Trini's name on the show is Trini Kwan. That is full-blown Asian right there. I can't express this enough. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm just saying, the facts that I have, the name is Trini Kwan, played by an Asian actor back on the original show. So that name made sense for that character. You have a Hispanic woman whose name is Becky G, and I'm pretty sure the G stands for Gonzalez or something like that. I'm sorry, but then you switch that up. You get her to play this character named Trini Kwan. You see where I'm getting at? That is the biggest, oddest casting. Now, like I said, I have no problem with them changing race. I just want the race to fit either the name or the character. Now, I can understand the first name, whatever. Parents give kids weird first names. It's odd. So if some Hispanic family wanted to name their daughter Trini, by all means, there's no problem with it. But it's the fact that her last name hasn't changed. I have no problem with them changing last names. I might have an issue with changing first names because that's the characters. But the last names, I have no problem with if they changed it, but they didn't go and change it. It's Trini Kwan, played by an Hispanic actress. It's weird. Where are they going with this? The father better be of Asian descent or something like that, or else this is gonna be really weird. But whatever. And then the final casting, one of the final biggest casting choices that we got was Elizabeth Banks playing Rita Repulsa. Now, when I heard this news, I'm like, wait a minute, that's a legit actress. Holy shit. She has actually been in full feature films. She's been in theatrical releases. She has done a lot of work in the past, and she's playing Rita Repulsa. I'm happy. Like, when I heard that, I was legit happy. I'm like, that is a good casting choice. I am happy with that. Now, let's get into the biggest things that are being talked about. The costumes.